Welcome to Breaking Bread, the place that brings people together around the table. Today we're joined by ex-Manchester United defender Mikael Silvestre for a fine dining experience in Dubai. As you know, Michelin came to Dubai 2 years ago, and Tresinde, where we're going, is the only restaurant that was upgraded from 1 star to 2.
Lucky me.
Lucky us to have you with us. So I'm excited. Many small, different dishes, but you won't leave hungry, I promise.
I hope not.
Mikael, or Silvestre as fans call him, is a household name in football. He joined Manchester United in 1999, where he won 5 Premier League titles, as well as the UEFA Championship League in his final season at the club in 2008. Okay, thanks so much for joining us at Trisinde's studio in Dubai.
Thank you for having me.
Football has taken you all over the world, and you're quite the traveler. So we thought, where should we take you in Dubai? 2 Michelin star.
Amazing.
And so this is Indian fusion, and you spent some time in India, didn't you?
Yes, I had the pleasure to participate to the Indian Super League. It was the first edition back in 2014. So I was based in Chennai with my teammates, and we traveled all around to play games and participate in that tournament.
They're very familiar with the Indian spices, with the Indian culture. That was your last post as a footballer.
That was my last stint, and after that I professionally hung on my boots.
Do you miss it?
I do miss it. Yes and no, because obviously now my time is finished. But anytime I've got an opportunity to play, whether it's with my son in the garden or with some friends or with some of my old teammates for Legends game, it's always fantastic just to touch the ball, to have that feeling again.
You moved to Dubai during COVID.
Yes, during COVID. Funny enough, we were in the Maldives with the family on vacation, and on the way back I was supposed to stop here to attend a fundraiser for 4 days, and at the end we stayed.
I think you're not the only one. I think a lot of people passed through during COVID, and it was handled and managed so well. There was life. It always surprises me when people of your caliber with international careers choose Dubai as their home base.
Well, Dubai has always been one of the options because we've been coming here since early 2000 on vacation, and we made friends from different backgrounds, not football friends, but just regular people who have run the businesses here. And through their life, we saw ourselves maybe in the future.
So you visited Dubai for the first time with your family in 2001. What was that like?
It was mind-blowing, amazing place. Obviously, a lot to offer already at that time. Coming from the cold Manchester and arriving in Dubai was a surprise. And we've been a big fan since we saw possibility for us, and that became one of the options for us to come and live after my first death, the retirement.
We will talk more about that.
All right.
Chef Himanshu.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are
Thanks
you?
for having us.
Thanks for coming. Big honor for us to have Mikael. I'm a big fan.
Indeed.
Big Man United fan, and he's our legend, so quite stoked to have him here.
First time.
What an honor.
Thank you.
So let me explain you what we're going to serve today.
Perfect.
So what we have here is our menu.
Okay.
I call this as our menu is because this is what the guest gets to see when they arrive in the restaurant. There are no descriptions of the menu. So the menu is divided into 4 macro regions of India, and it's an actual physical division of the country. So one of the regions is the Thar Desert, which is arid climate, not too much vegetation.
Yeah.
India is a beautiful piece of land, has a bit of everything.
A bit of everything.
There's a big coastal line, then the mountains, the northern plains and the Himalayan mountains. So there are 5 dishes coming in from each region.
Okay.
So we're going to sample in few dishes, the special ones which I love the most, absolutely for him to try.
Perfect. And Mikael spent some time in India, so you've been to a lot of these regions.
Chennai.
Yeah.
There's one dish which we want to serve him has flavors of Chennai.
Amazing.
So let's see if he's going to recognize all of that.
Okay. Great, we're ready.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward.
Thank you so much. Have a great time.
Thank
Thank
you. You mentioned right before Chef came that the first death you experienced is retirement. Death is a very big word to use.
It is, but I think you have to shut down your brain because you can't be a competitor anymore, and that's your purpose. As soon as you become a professional, that's your purpose. You are a competitor. Everything is a competition, even if it's a collective. It's a team sport. Football, you compete against your teammate in training. Every single action that you make, decision that you take, is for you to play at the weekend or play at the next game. So everything is a competition. And when you stop this, since it's such a big part of your preparation, your everyday life, you have to get rid of it. And that's difficult because it's in you.
What do you feel? What goes through a player's mind the day after retirement?
Emptiness, because there is that everything is built. You build everything in your life to be successful, and suddenly you don't have that goal anymore. Every day you're like, so what now? For some athletes, it's harder than for others.
So it's a mental struggle.
It is. It's a mental test. I think I would say the majority of us manage because we've been facing difficulties and challenges during our career. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you feel lonely, and yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult for the families as well to adjust because you are now suddenly you are home, right? Which is different, and sometimes you're in a bad mood.
And because the career is, the day-to-day is so intense, how much time do you have to really prepare for the day after? Are you thinking about retirement? Are you preparing yourself in any way?
Yes and no, because if you think about it too much, you lose focus.
So this is one of the most famous street foods from India. It's called pani puri. Pani literally means water, and puri is this shell, which is made out of semolina. We filled it with preserved pears, and the water here is made out of sweet lime and marigold leaves. So we're just going to aerate the water, and then we pour the water inside the shell, and you have to eat the whole shell in one bite. So it's almost explosion of flavors. It's a lot of flavors, sweet, sour, salty, and it just increases your appetite, and you're ready to embark on a journey.
Great. That's the first bite that everyone will experience when they come to Trescent Studio.
Yes.
Okay. So you retired at the age of 37, which is very young, but for a footballer, that's actually above average.
Yes, I believe the average is 33 years old, so I've pushed it to 37, which was quite good. Oui.
Wow.
So this is some light snacks. I get one from every region. This one, the first one, is a take on poppadom. So we make the poppadom with shiso leaf, and then it has a yogurt cremo. We use a lot of fresh herbs, which we get it from our garden outside. We grow plenty of stuff on the terrace.
Wow.
So it's a green, grassy, vibrant flavors. Also must be eaten in one bite. Mm-hmm. Then we have here is from the Thar Desert. We made the duck, a confit duck, and we pair it with the crispy artichoke, which gives all the smoky, earthy flavors. And this one also is a donut made with fermented lentils. It's filled with a mole of peanut butter. On the side, we have the broth, which is made with the starch of rice. It has black pepper, fennel, and water of Parmesan cheese. So,
what order should we eat in?
That was my question.
I think first one is this, then this, and then last one.
And do we eat with our hands?
Hands, yes.
Hands.
This is India.
That's how
I love
we
it. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit, thank you. It's too beautiful. You don't want to eat it.
It's too beautiful. Sorry, chef, we cannot. I feel like I'm eating a flower here.
It's my favorite. Yeah.
Delicious. You started your football career very early. I heard you say in a different interview, it wasn't a dream. I knew this was a possibility for me because you have other family members.
When I was 15, I left my home, left my brother. He was 5 years old at the time.
Unbelievable. You grew up in the countryside. You're not a city boy.
Yeah, countryside, I would say. Mid-town, mid-countryside, you know, and I was spending my weekends at my grandparents' house in the countryside.
So at the age of 15, you leave the house to go and pursue a professional career, and the family, this is normal for you.
Yeah, it's normal.
No objection.
My dad plays football still outside of work. My cousin is a professional playing for national team. It's just normal. I'm following my path and trying to reach the top level.
Did you have setbacks? Were there people who told you, you don't have what it takes, you're not going to make it?
I did. Actually at 15 years old, one of the coach told me, you know, you're in your region, in your council, you are probably the best, you're the star, but I give you 2 years and nobody will ever speak about you anymore. So.
And this is your coach.
This is my coach.
Which isn't that supposed to be the person who pushes you forward?
Yeah, but actually he helped me because he touched me right there and right there. And I was like, what is he trying to do? So I was like, okay, maybe I thought I was working hard, but I just doubled my work rate, you know, through that sentence. That shocked me, but I think that pushed me to the top at the end.
I can't believe the coach said that to you because at that age, for you, maybe that worked as fuel, but for other people, that can really set them back. Don't you feel that's irresponsible?
Looking back, I believe that could be something traumatizing for others. But because I'm a strong character, I had to keep the good way, if there is a good way. You know, but I agree with you, it could be shocking from an adult to have this
and
type
it's the adult you're looking up to, not just any adult.
Normally, yes.
How important is the role of the coach? So later on, when you're playing professional football, how important is the communication with the coach? How important is the leadership of the coach?
Besides the coaching aspect, technical aspect on the field, there is obviously the biggest part would be management because it's a group of 25, 30 adults competing against each other. Only 11 get to start the game.
So you have 11 happy campers and the rest who have to look happy but are not.
You pretend to be happy.
Pretend to be happy for others.
You try to be the best teammates because that's helping the team, and ultimately we're all working for one goal, which is winning trophies together, and the team spirit is so important. But deep down it hurts because you work hard every day and you think you're going to get your chance at the weekend to play the game.
Any athlete will tell you that the mental part, the preparation, the resilience is just as important, if not more. So what do you do? How do you prepare? How do you work on mental strength?
I think it grows into you. You get certain habits growing up because you're going to go through phases of success, phases of setbacks, and I think it comes naturally into you. And I believe everybody has his own, obviously, personality and the way to deal with things.
So this is course number?
We don't count.
1, 2, 3.
We don't count.
Wow. Is this considered the main course? No such thing. No such thing. Why am I trying to box it into an experience?
Yes, in our restaurant,
No.
we don't think anything as a main course.
It's just a fusion.
I would not say
A
fusion.
journey.
It's see, India is for me. It's not a country; it's a continent, and there is no way it's possible that you can describe what is Indian food. For me, it's about writing paragraphs.
So this is your take or a reflection of a modern India that is very diverse. That's a continent that includes many different layers.
For me, it's the evolution of Indian food.
Okay, so yes.
The first one is a take on a ghee roast, which is also from South India. It's from Mangalore. It's a blend of spice made with all the sweet spices, and then we pair the crab meat with the spices. We cook it together, and then just before the service, we bake the crab inside this bark of cinnamon.
There's crab inside.
You hold the bark in your hand like this, and then with the tweezer, you only eat what's inside the bark.
So you take the tweezers.
Yeah.
First time I'm eating with tweezers. And am I doing this properly?
So what we have done here is we have made a skewer out of tender coconut. So it's like a kebab on a stick, but it's made out of the young coconut.
This is what the young coconut looks like.
So we marinate it with the regional spices, which is called the Nilgiri spices. And then we have some oxalis leaves, a hint of dashi mayo. On the side, we have the broth also made with the same spices, but a tiny bit of yuzu to it.
Healthy.
Healthy,
Healthy.
for sure.
You first.
It's green.
It's green.
So this one also flavors from Chennai, from Tamil. We've got this lobster tail which is charred and it's glazed with a pickle of tomatoes, which is from Tamil Nadu, Chennai. And then we have a curry of corn. So you cut the lobster into pieces and have a bit of everything together.
Okay. So, looking back at your career, and I'm sure people have asked this before, what would you say was your lowest point? And what would you say was the best moment of your career?
The lowest point has to be losing the World Cup final in 2006 with national team in Berlin against Italy on penalties.
It's something that it takes some time to get over, or it's a game and the next day you start preparing? No.
You don't recover from this one. I mean, you don't recover. You try to move on, look to the bright side and everything, but how many World Cup final are you going to be playing in, involved? Whenever there is a talk about World Cup, it's difficult, but it's only sport. If I had to really go back into my career, the lowest point should be an injury, which was the first one, major one. I torn my ACL, so cruciate ligament. So I was
and is
out.
that a type of injury that can end your career?
It's something that normally, if it's handled properly, you recover. And before it used to be 6 months before competitive football, but now they've extended 9 months.
And what's going through your mind? You have dedicated your life for this career. You're not able to play. You're not able to do what you've worked so hard for. And you just have to sit and wait.
Well, first of all, there's a trauma of the injury, the surgery. And even if you know that normally you're going to come back at some point, you don't know, because for me it was the first one. Like, it might be the end of me playing professional football. So you end up being by yourself doing rehab for days, hours, days.
You're not with your
months.
family?
No, because you go into rehab centers and you even spend more time away from home in terms of hours, because you need to be doing more time, rebuilding the muscles.
6 months and then?
6 months and finally, woo, back on the field, having fun again. Still a bit stressful because you think your knee is solid, but in the back of your head, you're like, what if? But then a few games and then you feel
you get the confidence back.
Yeah.
Aside from the physical recovery, how are you managing and handling your mind?
No, you have to be extremely strong to go over the deception, the sadness. You have to deal with sadness because you're sad. You know you're going to miss playing, and you don't know that you're going to be by yourself doing all this time alone. You don't know about that. First of all, you're like, no, I'm not playing anymore. This is terrible. But you are by yourself. Doctors, rehab, fitness coach, they help you on a day-to-day to build up your physique again. And as soon as you feel better and better, then your mood gets better.
And then the best moment of your career came after the worst moment.
Yes, absolutely. I came back. So I got injured in September 2007, and in March I was back playing with the team. and I was back in the competition in the Champions League. My first game back was quarterfinal of the competition against Roma at home at Old Trafford. So I was thinking, the manager, is that a gift or is it is it a poison? But we ended up winning, going through the competition. Next step, semi-final. I came on against Barcelona. We beat Messi and all these top players at Old Trafford on a return leg. And then we ended up in Moscow against Chelsea, winning the competition. So it was an amazing journey. That was
What
the
does
moment.
it feel like?
I don't think you remember the split seconds after the final shootout, and then you celebrate until today.
And it's that moment, but it's that moment that reflects all the hard work and all the years and all the discipline and what you had to give up.
It was for me an incredible achievement because I was involved in that competition for the 10th consecutive year. And to finally win it after the up and down, and I felt like if this is heaven, I want more.
And that's a feeling that stays with you?
Yes, there is nothing like it. It's incredible. I think you can't replace it. And once you lived it, you want more. That's why sometimes we think that football players, we are addicted to this moment, to the adrenaline. You have 80,000 people in the stadium, and then you go home, you celebrate in the city with all the supporters. Even today, you meet fans, they keep talking about this special moment, and that's why it's something special for me to have lived this life as a football player.
We talk about retirement being a traumatic event. You move from being a player to being a manager to being a businessman. Is it smooth? Is it who am I? What's going on when you make that transition?
I've had only 4 or 5 months to think about or to be a pain for my family. I don't know which way.
Maybe your wife was saying, you should really get out of the house again for your own good.
No, I was trying to stay fit, to keep training, and so at least I would take me out. But no, honestly, I stopped in December 2014, and in June 2015, July, I was already working in the club in France. So it was very brief that time, that no man's land.
Would you advise that?
The shorter
the better.
The shorter, the better. You need to jump straight away into a new challenge, something that drives you. You need to find a purpose. It's not easy because you haven't had time to prepare, and it's difficult while you are playing in your career to project yourself. But more and more, there's opportunities at the clubs or through federation or through association. The unions, they offer players with opportunities to coach, to go into the business side, to go into media. So it's getting better and better for the players. Our daughter Cleo, she plays football. She's at university, but she was at West Ham in England playing. So she enjoys it. She's quite talented, and our son as well, Zach, plays in Dubai.
Plays in Dubai.
Yeah, he's 11 years old and he enjoyed it a lot.
Your teammates has anyone left a lasting impression? Are they your friends? Are they part of your life still?
Teammates, yes, we get together sometimes for anniversaries, for charity games. So our path crosses because they are either coaching, they are the directors. So we are still in the same world for most of them. But my best friends, I met them when I was at the academy in Rennes and before. Yes, teenage,
Teenage
these
years.
days when you glue
Yes.
forever.
True. Wow.
So this one is a dessert, a bit adventurous. We serve this from the Thar desert. So we made this cookie on the top with refined flour, clarified butter, milk, and cacao bean. And then we have a crema of cauliflower, ice cream of toasted barley, and we've made a sugar floss flavored with butterscotch. So
And the gold. You have to talk about the gold.
We are in Dubai.
We are in Dubai.
So when you eat this one, you just go through all the layers from top to bottom, and it's ice cream, so it's going to melt fast.
Okay. Basically, eat fast, you're saying.
We
Like the
respect the
first
dessert.
Like the first dish.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Chef.
Thank you.
Thank you. This was
Check if
amazing.
everything was okay.
Amazing.
Incredible ending.
Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed, and hope that you'll come back soon for a full experience.
Thank you so much. This
Thank
was
you so much.
truly remarkable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Chef.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I mean, he's a fan of yours, so really, you probably won't have to wait the 2 weeks, right?
I
When you
think
want
I
to
will
come here.
find a way to skip the line, yes.
Mikael, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the meal. I hope it reminded you of different parts of your own journey and maybe opened your mind to new places in Dubai.
It was amazing. It was my first time at Tresin, Studio Tresin, and I enjoyed every single dish. It was amazing.
Happy to hear. Thank you.
Thank you.